today we're playing the Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. So you can see I've brought a Beastmen along, and I'm against a Vampire Counts this time around, which always it's always a tough matchup. Vampire Counts very formidable in this game. They've got a lot of a lot of tools in the toolbox. So here I've actually kept it pretty simple. So main expense was my 2 giants. Because they're always great in this matchup, because you don't have to worry about missile fire, so they can just wade in and start, slogging things. So that's pretty handy. But, they can get overwhelmed, which is why I'm going to try and overwhelm them a bit with all these gore herds with shields. The reason I brought them with shields is because I want them to have a bit of extra melee defense. Obviously the missile resistance doesn't matter in this case, but that extra melee defense will help a bit. And also they are cheaper than the other, gore herd without shields, which is pretty rare. It's usually the other way around. You usually have to pay extra for the shields. So that's pretty cool. But so over here I've also got a couple of Centaurs with great weapons, just so I've got a bit of maneuverability. So if they dive me with, dive anything down to try and get me, I can throw them at them. So that'll be quite useful. But also because they have a habit of bringing the odd ethereal unit, I do have my Brave Shaman of Death. So if they don't bring any ethereal units, I can just life leech their general. So that should be very useful. So very useful tool to bring, the Brave Shaman of Death. And I've also got Morga, the Shadow Grave, because he doesn't really go down very quickly, and I can summon some Chaos Spawn around the place. It's pretty good if there's a unit that's a bit knackered, just to finish it off. So that's pretty handy. So if we look over here, though, this is pretty grim for me. So he's got 4 lots of zombies, sort of as his main line, but then he's got 4 lots of Khan Wraiths as well. So these are obviously going to be really hard to take out with Goreherd. So I'm going to have to use Fate of Boona on them to do, significant damage, really. He's also got the Claw and a Gash, which is going to be an absolute pain, because I didn't bring any missile units, probably should have, but I didn't, so I'll be able to knock it down in a hurry. He's also got the Red Duke on a, what's it called, Flying Nightmare, is it? And he's got a couple of Banshees, so he's got an unbelievable amount of ethereal units, and I'm just not going to have the Winds of Magic to be able to kill them all with that. So this is going to be very tough, and he's got a couple of Crypt Horrors, which will make it very hard for me to sort of chase through the enemy. He's got the Necromancer as well. I don't think I mentioned that. So so yeah, he's got a lot to like a lot of healing he can give to these ethereal units, and they're going to be very hard to damage, except with spells. But they have so many ethereal units. This is going to get tough. So I'll speed things up. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough matchup. But I'm up to it. Let's see how it goes. So I send my Centaurs around the side because I just want to get them in the back, and hopefully finish off some units from behind. And I'm just sending everyone else straight in, which might not have been the best idea, because it does wrap up the sides pretty quickly, because it's only zombies, but it does leave my centre a little bit weak. So I've got a couple of giants, sort of on the sides-ish, but yeah, it's not going to be easy. So as you can see, he just makes a beeline straight for my general with his 2 Banshees, knowing that I don't have anything that can kill him in a hurry. Here, though, 1 Fate of Boona. 1 Fate of Boona. And, yeah. Look at that. That is absolutely unbelievable. 1 Fate of Boona destroys a unit of Khan Wraiths. So that's pretty sweet. So here though, he's got more Khan Wraiths, there's 2 Banshees on my general, I got my Brave Shaman in here as well. So unfortunately, I start using Spirit Leech on this Banshee, when actually, well, maybe not. I'm thinking maybe I should have spared my Winds of Magic and just tried to use more Fate of Boona, just to wipe out unit of Khan Wraiths at the time. But then with them on my heroes like this, I didn't want to risk anything. But he has sent the Red Duke in, and he's getting wailed on by a giant, so that was very dumb. He should not have landed him that close to the giant, because yeah, that's not going to bode well. So you can see I've got way too many units just fighting zombies. I know it gets to the zombies pretty quickly, but I need them in here doing damage to this stuff. You can see he's got his Banshees running off, terrifying units away. Actually, they're broken at the moment, but still, it's not ideal for me. So now I'm getting them into the fight, and hopefully I'll get these back in soon. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, there's a lot of guys getting terrified away, because yeah, pretty much everything in his army causes terror. So it's pretty bad, because the Khan Wraiths cause terror, and so do the Banshees, and that's pretty much all he's got in this army. So that's not looking great for me. These Khan Wraiths though, they're taking a lot of damage. They should be gone soon, hopefully. But both of his Banshees got full health again, because it doesn't take much to heal them. But yeah, his general's nearly dead, so that's pretty good. And actually, slight admission here of something I did a bit dumb, is I didn't actually notice the Necromancer. I did not notice him at all, right till the end. Yeah, so that was annoying. So here I get another Spirit Leech down on the Red Duke, and so he's gonna be dead in a minute. So that's good news. So I get both my giants in here. One of them has taken a ton of damage, but you know, he's returned it in kind, so not so bad. But yeah, he's got a load of skeleton warriors that keep summoning up in here, which is pretty good, you know, and he's dead now. But yeah, bring more skeleton warriors in. It's just a good way to use up some mana quickly before he goes down. But you know, the Red Duke's dead. I was thinking I pretty much had this. You can see, you know, leadership wavering across the board here, but he's still got the Claw and a Gash, which I just can't get rid of at the moment. He's doing really well keeping it away from my giants. I'm going to get the odd swing on them, but I'm just not actually getting a hit. And yep, then their ADHD kicks in and they attack in a completely different direction. So that's pretty tough. But you know, still got 2 giants in here, so they can do a lot of damage. But when you look at this, 2 Banshees, both completely fine. So 2 fully healed Banshees. He's got this Necromancer, still doing fine. So that's not good. And yeah, their leadership is starting to come back on some of the units. He's got some crumbling. But yeah, his sort of heroes are doing fine. I mean, these Khan Wraiths are fine, and the Banshees are fine. And the Claw and Gash is fine, so is the Necromancer. He has some more zombies, which I'm pretty sure are summoned one, so, you know, don't have to worry about leadership there. But still, that's, yeah, he's got a lot of formidable units here, and my guys are hitting that point where they're getting stuck in that terror loop. So every time they get close enough, it doesn't take long for them to get terrified away again, and it takes them so long to come back. So that's really bad for me. And yeah, Morga's taking some damage now, and his leadership's about to go, so that's really bad for me. Luckily though, his Necromancer is taking a beating, but he needs to die quickly. But you can see on this side, I've basically got no units left. It's pretty much just my giant, and Morga's stuck there. He's not going to live. And then I've got some Centaurs, but they're not going to stick around for too long. So yeah, you can see he's just chasing down Morga, who I think is dead now, actually. Oh no, there he goes. Nope, that was fleeing. Okay, so I think Morga's dead. So that's pretty bad for me. So I'm coming in again, but I've got more units getting terrified away. So that is just a great thing to do against the Beastmen. Yeah, really good. Still got 2 giants though, and you can see he's taking a hell of a lot of damage. So his crypt horrors are almost gone. The other ones are crumbling, so that's great. But that Claw and a Gash is still in great shape. That Necromancer is still online. Although, you know, he is starting to go. But worst of all, these 2 Banshees still both full health. And I don't really have an answer to them anymore. I mean, my Brave Shaman's coming back, so that's good. But I've got no Winter Magic at this point. So I don't really have a weapon to take them out with. And also, he's managed to get these Khan Wraiths back online pretty well with his Necromancer. So I've been able to wipe them out. And they're going to just completely, you know, wipe the floor with any of my infantry. And as you can see, yeah, it just becomes too much, everyone gets terrified away and breaks. So, yeah, pretty tough fight. Pretty tough. But, yeah, it was a fun one. Definitely a fun one. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of little tricks up this guy's sleeve. So, but, seriously though, that unit being taken out by a single Fate of Buna? I mean, that is unbelievable. If you're going against vampire counts, just bring the Fate of Buna. Anything they bring ethereal is going to die with 1 spell. And, you know, you can't ask for much more than that, you know? But yeah, unfortunately, these guys managed to heal through the Spirit Leech, because I couldn't get rid of his bloody Necromancer. And obviously the, like, healing of the Claw and the Gash just being nearby. Yeah, these two won it for him. Because, yeah, he didn't use his General very well. But yeah, if he just kept his General in the air, to be honest, he would have won in half the time. But, yeah, pretty terrifying. Pretty terrifying force. And I mean that literally, you know, they all had terror. And that's what really screwed me over. Because, I mean, when you look at this, I mean, my kills are pretty huge. But just so many of that was just like zombies and skeletons and crap. Unfortunately, I just didn't have anything to focus down these really tough units. Which is why I think if I just brought a few, like, you know, 2 or 3 fewer gore herds and got some, what are they called? Ungor Raiders. I could have got some missile damage on these guys. And, you know, I could have used all these units to just keep them off, right? I could have used my Centaurs to interrupt charges, like anything that's trying to get my Raiders. I could split them up a bit. And, yeah, I could have probably taken, you know, I could have done a lot of damage to the Claw and a Gash. I could have hit the Crypt Horrors really easily, because they're much taller than any of my units, apart from the Giants, obviously, who are, you know, notoriously tall. But yeah, I mean, it would have worked really well, I think. So it's a tough one. Very tough one. So yeah, a few things I could have done differently, but, you know, I think that was very interesting makeup of an army here. The fact he still had quite a big army, because he saved so much money bringing the zombies, instead of, like, you know, Graveguard or something. That was really cool. But yeah, so really love this army, really do. Just shame he didn't use his general very well. That's, you know, that's his big mistake there, really. But then he did win, so you know you can't fault him too much there. So yeah, diga quel debo. I don't speak Spanish, or is that Portuguese? I don't speak Iberian Peninsula. Yeah, I can't speak any of the Latin languages, I'm afraid. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that, but yeah, great game, and yeah, hopefully see you on ladder again soon. If you guys enjoyed this video, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.